Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Katara, your local realtor here in Surrey, British Columbia. And if you're looking to buy a condo, townhouse, or even a duplex, there's a really good chance you'll come across something called as a strata property. And let me tell you, strata living can be awesome or it can drive you up the wall. So in today's video, we're going to break down the pros and cons of owning a strata property in BC. Now, keep it real, give you examples, and hopefully help you decide whether it's the right fit for you. All right, let's get into it. So, first question is, what is a strata? In simple terms, a strata property is a type of ownership where you own your individual unit, whether it's a condo, townhouse, or even a duplex, but you also share ownership of common areas like hallways, elevator, landscaping, parking, garbage, etc. So basically, you own the unit and you co-own the stuff that everyone uses. This setup is managed by something called as a strata corporation, which is basically all the owners combined, and then they usually hire a strata manager to deal with the day-to-day stuff. So let's start with some of the good stuff with strata. Compared to detached homes, strata properties are often way more budget friendly, especially in pricey areas like Vancouver, Burnaby, Victoria, Kelowna. If you're a first time buyer, downsizing, or just want to live closer to the city without breaking the bank, a strata property can be a solid option. For example, let's say a detached home in North Vancouver costs 1.8 million. Um, well, that's a joke, but let's go with it. It sounds so silly now that I'm saying it, but for a moment, let's go with it. So you might find a nice two-bedroom condo for 750K instead. It's a big difference. Another benefit is less responsibility. When you own a detached home, you're the one dealing with the leaky roof, mowing the lawn, fixing the gutters, all the fun stuff. With Strata, all these exterior repairs and maintenance items are handled for you. The strata takes care of the building envelope. What does it include? Includes things like landscaping, snow removal, common area cleaning, garbage pickup. So if you don't want to spend your weekends raking in leaves, shoveling snow, strata life can be a dream. Another great thing for stratas is that a lot of these have different amenities like gyms, party rooms, swimming pool, etc. Now, these extras add serious value and convenience without you having to build or maintain them yourself. And finally, there's a sense of community. When you're living close to others, you naturally interact more, whether it's chatting with your neighbors in the elevator, seeing some familiar faces in the gym, or attending a strata meeting. There's a social aspect built in. Some people really enjoy that, especially if you're moving to a new city or you just like having others around. All right, now that we've talked about all the benefits, let's flip the coin and talk about the downsides. Strata properties aren't for everyone, and these are the things that often catch people off guard. The first thing that comes to mind is the monthly strata fee. Yes, it's true. Strata takes care of a lot of maintenance, but you're paying for it though through monthly strata fee. Depending on the size, age, and the amenities, building fees can range from $200 to over $700 a month, and they can go up over time, especially if your building needs major repairs. And then there's the aspect of rules and regulations. Every strata has its own bylaws and rules, and they can be pretty strict. For example, they could include things like no short-term rentals, so basically no Airbnb, limit the number of size of pets, again, and then barbecues on balcony might or might not be allowed. There's definitely quiet hours, and then there are rules about renovations. Some people are totally fine with this, but others not so much. So I'll give you an example about this. So if you bought a place and then find out that you cannot have a big dog that's about 70 pounds, this might be an issue. So what you need to do is always read the bylaws first. Now, another funny aspect of strata is politics, and I know I smell drama. Strata councils are made up of volunteers, and not all of them are experts in property management. Sometimes you get strong personalities, slow decision making, or just disagreement about how to spend money. It can feel like a mini high school all over again if the council gets too combative. And if you even want to make changes or propose something, you've got to go through votes, meetings, and red tape. Then there's the surprise cost. One of the biggest shocks for new owners are special levies. They're also called as assessments, and that's when Strata suddenly needs money for something major, like a new roof, plumbing upgrades, or exterior repairs, and there isn't enough in the contingency reserve fund. So they ask you and all the owners to chip in. Sometimes it's a few $100, sometimes it's thousands. So if you're buying a strata property, please read the depreciation report and minutes for the past strata meetings before buying. And one of the biggest aspects of strata is lack of control. You don't fully control your property. Let's say you want to change your front door, install new windows, or install a window AC. With Strata, you need permission and you may be told no. Even exterior renovations would require approval. For some people are totally fine with that. Others get frustration with the lack of freedom. So now that we've seen both aspects of Strata, the question is, who does Strata living actually work for? Now, it's great for if you want low maintenance living, if you like living in a community, if you're okay with following rules, and if you want to get into the market at a more affordable price. But if you want full control, hate restrictions, or don't want to deal with the group decision making, that may be then maybe a detached home or even a non-strata duplex or co-op might suit you better. All right, that's it for today. And if you're looking to buy a strata property, I would love to help you. My information is below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you up in the next video.